Hi friends, I'm going to make bathroom rugs today. So I'm going to start a round rug. This is how I start my rugs. Just scrunch that all around there. Put that up underneath my foot about halfway. And then I can go backwards to catch it on the back side, and I don't have all that bulk. So I got a new machine, Baby Lock Jazz 2, and I'm going to start with a 5 and a 2. About 5, yeah. 5 is the width of it. 2 is the length of the stitch. So let's go. Come all the way back so I catch them. I'm going to stop before I get to my corner. And I have my machine set so that it automatically stops down. And now we're going to start scrunching. Let's get around this corner. So you need a lot of extra rope to make it get all the way around that corner and lay flat. So we just keep scrunching until this is flat right here. Has to stay flat. And if you need to use a tool, you use a tool. But you want that all flat. See how this is nice and flat right here? And just keep slightly turning. The first few curves are always the hardest. They don't have to be hard. Keeping this all flat. See how much we got scrunched up in there? I don't know if you can tell, but just keep turning a little bit at a time. Keep it scrunched so this is flat. Use your tool if you have to. Poker, pair of scissors, stick, whatever you got on hand. Keeping it flat, flat, flat. Now I'm going to scrunch all of this up in there so this stays flat. Turn it just a little at a time. See if I pull on this. See how this buckles? This is buckled right here. But if I scrunch more fabric in there, it flattens this out. That's the secret to getting a nice flat start. It's scrunching more fabric. Little at a time. And I promise you, it gets easier. Just getting it started is a booger. Okay, scrunch some more up in there. Pulls this out, flattens it out. Flatten it all down. Just keep scrunching. Scrunch and flatten, scrunch and flat. Now this is probably 100% cotton. And I don't know about you guys, but I find that cotton's a lot harder to work with than the polyester or the part polyester. The cotton just doesn't want to give like anything else I've worked with. But I really like this fabric. I really like this pattern. And I'm making rugs to match my bathroom. So we'll get there. And see how this kind of curls up right here? It's so hard to scrunch that much up in there to keep that flat. But it does get easier. This is some stiff fabric. It's already getting easier. See how it wants to curl up? It's just automatic. It wants to curl up, but you can't let it do that. And you just got to keep scrunching and keep flattening. Keep scrunching, and I brought that back down. Scrunch it in there. Scrunch, flatten, and sew. Tricky. It can be tricky, but you want it to be nice and flat. Squish it all in there. Flatten it all down. And do small sections at a time. Oh, get in there. Starting to get a little bigger, starting to get a little easier. But the most important thing is to keep it flat. Keep everything flat. Because it does want to curl up on you, but you just got to keep it flat. Keep smashing it down. You got to use all fingers on deck. Raise your presser foot and adjust it if you need to, but you want to keep everything flat. See how flat this is right here? And you get it that flat by scrunching all that fabric. About 4 or 5 times around, you can already tell a big difference. How much easier it gets. Keeping it flat. You'll hear me say that a lot. So I'm going to scrunch all of this in there to keep all of this flat. Flatten it all down. You want to keep both sides flat. The part that you are sewing, the rug that you're sewing it onto, and the rope that you're sewing onto the rug. You want to keep them both flat. Scrunch what you have to make it flat. Makes for a nice, neat appearance. So what I mean is keeping this flat right here and keeping this flat right here. See how it's already getting easier? It takes all your fingers though. I'm really loving this new machine. I don't even have to use the purple tip needle anymore, not on this one. I did on my Singer. Keep scrunching. Scrunch it all in there. Use your little tools if you need to use your little tools. Do what you got to do to keep it all flat. And we're getting easier. Flatten it all down. Keep it flat back here. Scrunch, flatten, and sew. Can't say it enough. Flatten, flatten, flatten. I have a walking foot. I've used the walking foot, but I find I have just as good of results without it. It's all about keeping your rug flat. If you get it started right and you keep going right, you should never have to iron it. It's all about keeping it flat. See how I flatten all that out? As I'm coming around, I'm flattening it out. Does get easier. We're gonna go do a few more rounds and I'll make another video.